Folks, this is a stump grinder like you haven't seen before. I promise you that. This one is a different design. Now, it may look similar to what we've shown many times, and yeah, there's a bunch of the 24-inch grinders out there. This one is my personal design. I floated the idea to Baumalight, and he gladly took up the idea. We're on the third iteration of the prototype. Yeah, we had some issues with the other two, so it wasn't perfect yet then. But what we're seeing right here today, this one is ready to go. Got Ken from Bolt On Hooks in the tractor. Say hey, Ken.
Hey.
Grinding your very first stump, right?
Yes. First time working the Yanmar too.
Yeah.
Yanmar.
Yanmar. There you go. Yeah, all kinds of new things going on with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the point right now. Is why in the world did I think that 24 inches wasn't the perfect design and that 34 inches could be better? Well, the one weak spot of the 24-inch grinder is that the grinder sometimes jumps. If you've got one of those grinders or if you've seen one work, you'll see those grinders jump. My theory on why they jump is that each individual tooth might be trying to take too much bite. So as it's spinning, each tooth might be wanting to bite more than it can actually handle, and that forces the grinder to jump. Yeah, sometimes people say it's because of weight, but I experimented with extra weight. We've even got some videos, which don't show to OSHA, where we're actually riding on the grinder to see if we can make it grind better in that situation. Weight helped a little bit, but I don't think weight's the issue. I think the issue is that we needed more teeth cuts per second hitting the stump. So essentially we needed to rotate the grinder faster. But we can't rotate the grinder faster because we can only go 540 RPM. So the way that we could effectively increase the speed is by increasing the diameter and having more teeth on that circle. And so the actual tip speed is indeed going faster. That's going to give us more force going into the stump, and that's also going to give more bites per second. Hopefully each individual tooth then is not biting as much. Okay, let me tell you a little about this stump. I believe it's a silver maple stump. Not positive about that. I have no idea how long it's been here. We did the other bigger stump right up here with one of the other prototypes. It was still really intact and not rotted at all. Either this grinder is working a lot better than the earlier prototype, or the stump is much degraded and much closer to rotten. I think it's a little bit of both. I don't think this is quite as tough a stump as the other one was, but I also think this grinder is working much better. We worked a little bit on the teeth layout, the way that the teeth are arranged on the rotor, and it made a huge difference. I mean, look at Ken go there. He's able to take pretty big bites. We found that the tooth arrangement contributed to the amount that you could take effectively per bite. That's going to be plenty. I think you're going to need the razor. 59 horsepower tractor, and it jerked it totally sideways. Now that wood, like right there, is not rotten at all. That's good wood. Now when you see these huge chips like this, that indicates we're doing a great job of grinding this stump. It's going really fast when you have huge chips. When you have really tiny chips, that means you're not being very effective. Yeah, you're doing great, Ken, and it's cutting good.
I'm too low, I can tell, too low.
Yeah, but you can take a good bit, just as long as it's not pulling the engine down too much. Are you using the clutch?
No.
Okay.
I'm using the brake, I'm not using the clutch.
Okay.
You told me not to use the clutch.
I appreciate that. Now you guys are going to ask, why do I say don't use the clutch? Well, in this tractor, it's just not needed. There's no problem with using the clutch. There's just no need to. It's just got the way the transmission is made, between the shuttle lever itself up on the steering column and the foot pedal that you've got and the brakes, you don't need the clutch. That noise doesn't matter as long as it's cutting and not pulling the engine down or pulling you sideways really bad. Oh my goodness, you're cutting like 2 inches, Ken.
I am. It doesn't feel like it.
I know. I know. It's doing great. Yeah, see, you can do all that right there. That stump's right there.
Well, I don't know exactly what you expect, but this thing works perfectly to me.
Yep, it does. It's working beautiful. And while the tip of that stump looked kind of rotten, what you're in now is not rotten at all. Now let me try a while. I imagine it gets tiring in there, doesn't it?
My neck's starting to hurt, yes.
Yeah. So let me try a while and then.
Got some big chunks.
Big chunks means going faster. This is a powerful machine. I can't believe how much I can take in one bite. Can you believe I can take that much, Christy? I've never had anything like this.
Definitely more aggressive than I was.
Yeah, I mean, if I break it, Dave will fix it.
Well, arguably, if I broke it, Dave would fix it too. Let it catch up and you can go right on through. Just let the speed break. Now you're good. There you go.
Ken, you want to get Johnny in there and see what's left?
I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah, you are. There's still a pretty good chunk of wood right there. Down low. Well, this is still wood all there, yeah. I like this bucket.
Artillion.com. Now, folks, you're wondering why we don't have rear ballast on? Well, that was because we were going to put the stump grinder on. But it's getting late. You'll just have to wait for the next episode for that. I do like that bucket. There's a hidden reason. You can see what you're doing in through the bucket.
Absolutely. And I gotta say, I like Hydros Plus too.
Yeah. It's the product for the impatient.
Yeah, there's some, Tim.
I know there's layer. I need to kind of see it.
It's, yeah.
Keep spraying. You're doing good. Keep blowing.
It's like a ridge.
Ken, I was really impressed with this thing.
I've never been around a stump grinder like that before, but it was definitely impressive.
Yeah. So for me, it's a little bit of redemption. I was kind of wondering whether my whole idea was bunk.
Yeah.
You know?
It sounded good when you explained it to me on the way over.
Yeah, and I kept thinking it sounded good, but the first two prototypes that we had, each of them had issues and
Right.
and just wasn't optimized. Practice makes perfect on the design, and they've got it right this time. Yeah, this will be more expensive than, you know, the El Cheapo Chinese you can get, but this machine right here cuts wonderfully. It's rated for a little bit bigger tractor than a 1025R. I can tell you that we've had a 1025R on the prototypes. We will later show you this machine on a 1025R. I actually feel more comfortable with this on the 1025R than I do the smaller one.
Because it's not the bouncing that you had said it.
Yeah, the bouncing is what is going to break your PTO. If you get that thing bouncing and it comes down really hard, it'll snap and break the internals of your tractor.
Wow.
And spoil your day.
I imagine.
This thing is rated for a much bigger tractor than this.
Is that right? Wow.
But you have to have a creeper drive, some sort of a way to go really slow. Hydrostatic drive, Yanmar IHMT, what do you think of that?
Well, that's my first time operating it, and wow, that is nice. I mean, it's just effortless to go slow.
So how would you describe that transmission? Have I done a decent job of trying to describe it in the videos?
Yes, you have. I've driven the power reversers, mainly in the Johnny 5 and forklifts and stuff, but this is so much smoother, and it's just really nice. You don't need the clutch at all, like you said. That creeper mode, I know it's not really a creeper mode, but it is a creeper mode for all intents and purposes, and it's nice. It works great. And it was made this operation real simple, because you just put it in gear and let it do its thing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times you didn't even press the pedal.
No.
Put the throttle all the way up and then just let it creep.
Right. And it was perfect
It's
speed for
perfect,
this.
Perfect. Baumalight.com. Mention TTWT anytime you can, any communication you have with Baumalight. I think this thing's a hit.
I agree.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding them like grain with a pestle, you will not remove their folly from them. I am, quite frankly, shocked at what I was able to do with it there at the last. I was just plowing right through it.
You were definitely more aggressive than I was. I was still getting my feet wet, but yeah.
I would expect you to be. I mean,
but yeah, wow, that's an impressive machine. Both of them. Tickled to death with that.
load them up.